morning, it gave a great trade. Doesn't do one every day, but it did this morning, a great trade. And so if you'd got up 8:20 or about 8:10 Eastern time, you'd start off your day way ahead of everybody else because we had the direction nailed at that time for the day. And so that is the power of what we do. Now, you don't have to make every trade, but you could pick one or two of these trades, a week, and it'll add up. Just being slow in the line, so to speak. So we got a pretty good network where everything's put together. We kick it off on Monday night with our Futures First, which I'm an old futures trader. And on Monday night, we set up, do some education, and try to find some opportunity using what we call the Seven Sisters to find it. And then Tuesday, we roll in our Connect the Dots. Every Tuesday, we have a live event. Pretty neat, along with some other things that we do. And then Wednesday, we might have a flash meeting, or we might meet tonight at 8 o'clock. See where where this week's headed, what it's doing. It shows up in TNT. David, right inside TNT, you'll see it. The sunrise alert. You see it. Comes out at 8:10 in the morning. I look at it every morning because it gets me on the right side of the markets. Comes out at 8:10 in the morning. But we have something every day for people to take advantage of the market and keep you in line with the current trend. And we build our flash meetings around the news and opportunities, and then we wrap it up on Friday evening. That's sort of our week. Kick it off on Sunday night with the planning session and roll into the week. But it's a process we do every week. A lot of work goes into it, but we do it. And we do it because that's how we stay current with what's happening in the market. Now, Chuck's witnessed this many years. Even when we used to teach classes, Chuck, remember, we'd teach classes, we'd meet on Sunday night to get everybody kicked off for the Monday morning training. Have those ribs on Sunday night. Dreamland ribs. Always good to trade with a full stomach, right? Okay. Anyway, we do that on Sunday night as we roll through the week, okay? How you doing, Todd?
Todd mentioned Winsel's. That was I think Dreamland was your go-to. Winsel's, I enjoyed that little seafood down here in Mobile.
Yeah, that's one of the better seafood places in Mobile.
Yeah.
Winsel's, yeah.
But you know what they say, proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So you got to do the hard work to get prepared.
Well, folks, I think that the market is setting up. We'll see if it holds through tonight, but right now it looks fairly good for all of us that got long. I'm sitting here saying, go. And by the way, NVIDIA is breaking out also for the first time. Fred's around. I know he follows NVIDIA. Looks good tonight. And if you don't know what else to do, I told people today, how many people would like to know the go-to stock if you don't know what to do, just to make some money if it's going up or going down? How many people would like to know that? If you can't think of anything else to do to make money with markets going up or going down, that stock is TQQ if it's going up, and SQQ if the market's going down, you buy it. That's how you can make money even when you don't know what to do. You see the market, it's positive, it's all that, you can go make money doing that. And that'll add up. I do that trade just about every day once I get the direction. Mark says it sure does work. You can listen to a lot of people, Mark says, but when Tom says it, it works. And that's what you're looking for, isn't it? Jennifer's new, and she says, Tom, I'm off to a fast start because I recognize the real deal. Yeah, I enjoy what I do. We have a lot of fun. And but if you don't know what to do, go to those two, okay? And tomorrow you'll get an opportunity, whatever time you look at the market, is that reference bar. And I'd like to post that in there to make sure everybody's got the white paper on the reference bars. Is so important to your success. Maybe somebody will type that in there, Jonathan or Adam or you, Chuck, the reference bar white papers. I really like people to have that to refer to. I know it by heart. And, I used to tell people, you can tell Tom, I can show you how to make money. And that's the truth. Just read the reference bar white papers. There it is. Jonathan posted it in there. No problem. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. iPhone, type your name in there. You come in as iPhone, I'd like to know who I'm talking to. That's one thing I missed about Webinato. At least I could know who I was talking to in Zoom. Almost like secret clubhouse or something. Anyway. Let's get started, folks. Welcome to T-Bus Planning tonight. It's 8 o'clock. We got a treat for you. Join our Telegram channel. Join my YouTube channel. There's always good education that pops up on there. And you will learn. There's risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, the market is set up to have a rally. We've consolidated. Remember, we had 9 days of straight up, 3 days of down. We should start navigating higher tomorrow based on what we're looking at. And I'm hoping that y'all can take advantage of it, okay? Look at the Seven Sisters. Open the year at 55.49, down for the year 5%. NASDAQ open at 21,269, down for the year. Dow down for the year. DAX up 16% for the year. Gold is up 28%. Crude is down almost 20% for the year. Bonds up 1.4%. I think you're going to see that up about 5 or 6% by the end of the year. Okay? That's a prediction. 10 tickers. Okay. Berkshire hadn't hit. TLT hadn't hit. BRKU hadn't hit. AMD is hit. I am long AMD. NVIDIA is hit. Usually there's 3 to 4 that hit during a week. The rest of them, you only had 2 hits so far. Maybe 1 more will hit tomorrow. We'll see. I'd like to see that QQQ hit. That'd make us really look good if that hit. All right, opening bell breakouts. We specialize in this because, hey, we get out of bed, drink our coffee, and we get ready to go when the market kicks off. Now, what we're about to show you, okay, is probably not typical. We make no future earnings claims, and you may lose money. What we did, we took and tried to show you how to have an edge every day. The indicator and success of this indicator is based on the skill of you, okay? The skill of you. Is my mic okay for everybody? Frank's having a little trouble hearing me. Might be you, Frank. Everybody saying it's okay. Now, in trading, there will be losers. No black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. The whole purpose of what we do is to give you an edge in the markets. Now, if you can't handle a losing trade, you should be trading real money. Again, losses of trading have occurred and will occur in the future. Today, I'll show you how to simplify the art of trading. You know, I always talk about the art of trading. What if you could boil down the answer to the question, long, short, or out, by the reference bars in that 24-hour market and be right to find those trades? I showed people today how it worked. I showed them with gold. I showed them with crude. And then I did a longer term trade with the spot. And I showed everybody that today in the last hour. And people's eyes were widely open by showing the secret weapon we have. Okay? We're going to simplify the order. How many people here? Now you tell me before I go further. I want to know. I want everybody to answer. I got a lot of people here. I want everybody to answer. This would really help me out. If I could show you how to be accurate on the get-go, meaning when you put the trade on, do you think you might make money? Say yes. If you think, if I can show you something I put together that will help you. Look at all these yeses. Because what it's going to do is get you off at the right time that you go into the market, okay? And on the right side, and help you answer that question, long, short, or out. Mark says, you're already doing that, Tom. I know, but we got some new people, Mark. We got to bring them along. They don't believe what we put together. You do after coming in there. And Jim says, making money, making money, making money. What does it take for people to understand? This is the real stuff. Joe says, far exceeded my individual goals. I know that's a bold promise, but I base it on the mistakes I made, the obstacles I overcome to come up with this. If I'd have had this, I might not even be here tonight. It was so good. Comes down to a couple simple steps. You have to think. Everybody write this down on a piece of paper. Before you trade, you must have a direction, whether to buy, whether to sell, or whether to stay out. You got to have that down, and it's got to be repeatable. Now, which instrument to buy or sell? I told you if you don't know what instrument to buy, if it's a long, buy TQQ. If it's a short, buy SQQ. I simplified that even for you, okay? Don says a 20% gain every couple of days starts adding up. That starts becoming real money, doesn't it, Don? Most important question any trader can answer. I can carry you can be in front of a lot of people, but you have to get them to give you their process to come up with their conclusion. When people start talking around the subject of long, short, or out, they don't have a clue. Okay? Waiting for some cross move average or that. I'm telling you, what I have is very special, and you ought to have it on your computer before you trade again. Write that one down. Today, I'll show you this secret weapon allows me to make that decision. You saw it today in real time. I'll be doing it in real time tomorrow at 11. Again, 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be doing it in real time. I'll show you how to leverage that decision by trading the right instrument. That's where you bring in options and other instruments. You know, over 75% of all stocks followed S&P. Tonight, what did I ask Chuck? Chuck, where was the mini when the Fed announced? He said 56.27. Trading 56.47 now. Connect those dots, it's headed higher. Puts odds heavily in your favor by following the E-mini. Now, the method of doing this, you will have good answers throughout the 24-hour market, but the key time is at 10:05. It's called the opening bell breakout strategy. By the end of this workshop, you have an edge over 95% of traders by knowing how to answer that question, long, short, or out. How would you, let me just ask this. If you had this indicator and you compared it, okay, if you compared this against somebody you were listening to, how would you like to be able to beat what they could tell you every time? You will if you use this indicator that I put together. That's a bold statement. For those who don't know me, I'm Tom Busby, former Air Force officer, been an active trader since the 70s. That's the last 70s, not this 70s. Former member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Have 3 great books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. And I work with over a lot more than that. That's an old slide. I probably work with over 100, 200,000 students over the years. I built that school in Mobile. Right there is on 1555 University Place. Interesting number. DTI, Teaching the Art of Trading. When I built that school, they said, that's not going to last. That was in 2001 when we moved into that building. Chuck was there with me. That classroom was something special. It was theater type seating down into the pit at the bottom. It was really quite remarkable. Dex said he was there in 2014. Nice place, right, Dex? Did we feed you the ribs? Everything we do revolves around answering that question, long, short, or out. Got to get that question right if you're going to make money. Let me give you 5 insights to help you answer the question on a daily basis. You ought to write these down. Number 1, you got to know the pivot number. That's the key to being long, short, or out. Now, for example, I post that pivot number. I give it away for free every day, but I also post it in my T&T room. Insight number 1, you got to know the pivot number. Post it in the morning, about 5 o'clock, my pivot number. I have specially measured buy zones and sell zones on every instrument out there. I have software that gives me those numbers. That's insight number 2. It's called the roadmap software, right inside it. I'm able to find out where to place the bet. In other words, should I buy the SPY? Should I buy NVIDIA? Should I buy AMD? I have what's known as the horse race inside the roadmap to figure that out. I let the market tell me. No bias. Let the market tell me. Insight number 4. I use options to leverage my profit potential. And you can use them to mitigate losses when they're used correctly. That's insight number 4. That's known as our pocket puts side of it. We make our decision first by finding trigger, meaning this is where we're going to get in or to take action point. We have a plan for where we're wrong on every trade we do, and we have a target on what we're looking for. 3 key ingredients to having that trading process that you can follow. Now, think about that. Think how much better off you would be if you did what I just showed you. You ought to write it down, memorize it, and follow it. It works, folks. It works. Using these insights will help you make the right decision. And that's what I owe most of the success I've had by following that pattern. I learned that process the hard way. No one taught it to me, except I say from the School of Hard Knocks. I had a lot of hard knocks learning that process and the steps to take. This was the day back in October 19th, 1987. Years and years ago. My hair was not this color. I had to disclose that. I was a lot younger back in those days. But on that day, stocks fell 580 points. It was a drop of 22.6%. If that happened today, think about how far the Dow would have to fall for that same thing to happen today versus the numbers we play with today. October 19th, 1987. I came back. I had the debate coming back, but I rebuilt it, learning and thinking about what I did wrong. And that what I did wrong was think, should I be long? Should I be short? Or should I be out of the market? Figuring out the answer to that simple question, commit to it, helped me drive out the fear. I had a lot of fear after that time, no confidence, no fear. Then I became a person of optimism and action. I follow my plan. Discipline. Being disciplined is a very key thing you have to do. You have to follow this process. Sometimes it gets boring, it seems like doing the same thing over and over again, but it works. There's a lot of fear out there right now, isn't it? If every article you go read, you'll never touch another stock the rest of your life. Listen to all this Wall Street BS that you read. A lot of fear. Guarantee you, those people that wrote that article didn't get those trades we made today. They were too busy thinking they were really smug, telling everybody to stay out. A lot of fear. Types of fear. Lack of knowledge. You got to educate yourself. Outside influence. Listen to TV for 10 minutes. I leave TV on, but the sound's off. I like to watch the tape. Technology. You got to have the best tools. If anybody tells you you do not need the best tools, they're kidding you. You got to have the tools to do this job correctly. You got to have the right trading platform. You got to have the right indicators. You got to have the right combination of computers to make it happen. But if you can't get the question and the answer to long, short, or out, you're going to lose money. No matter how good a tool, no matter how good a computer, no matter who you listen to. The DTI method answers that question every day, around the clock, not only for the day, but for the week and for the month. The DTI method consists of time of day, time of week, time of month. Key numbers. Numbers are how you trade, not off a chart, but numbers. Indicators, leading the roadmap software. Built and manufactured. Now understanding time. Right now, here's the way you understand time. We're in Asia. The two markets you focus on in Asia are the Japanese market and the Hang Seng markets. Never changed over the years. You can go to Bloomberg and see what they're doing. I do it some nights. I'll leave Bloomberg up there with the sound off to see what these markets do. When I wake up in the morning, I'll go to Bloomberg and watch what the French market's doing, or the CAC, the FTSE, the English, the Swiss, or the German market, the DAX, those four markets in Europe. And then we roll into the day market. That starts at 9:30 when our cash opens and goes to about 1:30. And then we shift to California, I call it, 1:30 to 5. The concept of reference bars lays it out for you. read those white papers, put it together with this chart, and you'll see exactly how to think about the world, no matter where you live. Now, these times right here are Central Time. You can change it to whatever time you're into, but this is what it looks like, okay, around that 24 hours. Time also includes the year. Different years have different markets. The year before a president's elected, the year after a president's elected, the 10-year cycle. A lot of different things come into play with the year. The month. All right, let me give you, I'm going to give you something I don't hardly ever talk about anymore, but I'm going to talk about it tonight where you'll know. How many months are there in a year? Somebody tell me, answer that question. How many months are there in a year? 12, right? Are all months equal? No. Here's the secret to the months. January, number 1 month. The number 4 month, April. The number 7 month, July. And the 10th month, October. So January, April, July, and October are your, if you remember math, prime numbers. Those are the months that set the tone. Write that down as you go through the year. Those are the months that will set the trend. January, April, July, and October. Now, key numbers are divided into pivot numbers. Up here where we're going to sell, down here where the market should stop falling. Below that, probably wrong. The art of framing. Inside our software, I've made it easy for you. It frames it for you and gives you the frame. In other words, the playing field of the ticker you're looking at, where you can measure that out of that 24-hour market and know exactly where you are. The art of framing. Leading indicators. I always use the futures market futures first. I will look at futures like today to go trade a SPY option. E-mini went up. We went long a call option. The future market will always trade and give you the correct information. The futures is always first. Then you got to know what the average movement is for any ticker you're trading. Most platforms will give that to you. At DTI, we have a special ATR inside our roadmap. You ought to look at ours. When you combine those elements, then you are driven to a conclusion, like I was tonight, to tell people, hey, you ought to go long to micro E-mini. Hey, you ought to buy AMD, because they were identified as longs. Answer that question gives you an action plan to kick off tomorrow, which is what we did. Removes the fear. I told people where I was wrong. I told people where my targets were. Nothing else to do but make the trade. Create optimism. You get real happy when you see that those dollars added to your account. That's the way you read in the book it was supposed to happen, right? And that allows you to write your own ticket. How light you want to trade or how heavy you want to trade. You decide that. Now, all these insights and each step of the DTI method is something incredibly simple. Long, short, or out. The roadmap makes it simple. Let me show you how this works in real life. Roadmap simplifies the DTI method with simple long, short, or out parameters. That's why my new secret weapon. You do not leave here tonight unless you take it with you. If you don't take it with you, then I'm just talking into the wind. I can't help it. You got to listen. Ask Tamara. She's been with me for 15 years. She doesn't miss an opportunity when she can make it to make one of my webinars. Or ask Peter. Been with me for 15 years. These people know that if they want to learn and stay current, they stay involved. Here's the RB Trader. We took a picture of this. It's very simple to read. If you were looking at that in the morning, with the E-mini saying long, you could go buy the SPY options and make money. With the NASDAQ saying long, that NQ saying long, everybody see that? You could go buy the QQQ and make money. Or with the Dow saying long, you could go buy the diamond and make money. With the crude market saying long, you could go buy USO or XLE. AMD, look at it, saying long. You go buy the stock or buy the options on the stock. NVIDIA, saying long, you could go buy NVIDIA options or NVIDIA stock. Is that simple? And if you don't know what to do with everything saying long, go buy the TQQ. It said buy it too. Does everybody understand the simple concept of long, short, or out? I don't want to leave this page unless I get a yes from everybody here. Give me a yes for everybody here, because this here is the secret to making money. Getting on the right side of the trend. Dave, tomorrow, just trade the TQQ and SQQ and make some money. That simplifies it for you, Dave. Don't get fancy, just make some money. This is the indicator. It's live, it's moving. I got it moving over here. I can tell you tonight, everything looks fairly good. Fairly good. Best way to do it is using DTI roadmap. I wouldn't trade without the roadmap, and anybody worth their salt in trading would tell you the same thing. Now, we're opening it up tonight. I don't do this often. We bring out the full package. Tonight's your chance to get it. If you understand how to use it, you find virtually every opportunity that I find. People tell me constantly, I wish I could see the markets the way you see them. That's why I put together the secret weapon, because I always stay in line with my secret weapon on how I'm trading. If I ask people, how's my market timing, they're going to tell you it's somewhere close to 10. And the reason they are is because I'm using my secret weapon. Roadmap is how you see the market the way I do. First thing you'll learn is 4 patterns. There's the buy signal right there. Does everybody see the penetration bar into the compass and the bar right after that confirming? That's simple. Hopefully we'll see that tomorrow morning. There's a buy failure where it goes into the buy area and doesn't confirm. It usually goes to the target on the other side. You have to learn that. There's 4 simple patterns. The sell signal, where it goes into a sell, confirms, and goes to the target. That's where you buy the SQQQ, because it goes up opposite the sell. Sell failures are great trade in the bull market, where it tries to go lower, can't confirm, reverses, goes to the target, to the upside. But that's just step 1. Here's the best part. We built a complete program around the roadmap so we can hold your hand and show you how to take advantage of it. It's called the Roadmap Trader Package. Oh, this is an important book. You get the complete roadmap software. I don't trade without it. You're going to get the Roadmap Trader course. We've got a whole course identified. You're going to get one of my favorite modules. I call it the 67% module. That's what I just showed you. The 4 patterns is inside there, little insights you need to know. Trade management, how to manage those trades when you're making, sort of set up an autopilot type approach where you don't have to watch the charts all day. Rapid results, quick start. It's a quick start guide to get it downloaded. Shows you how to get it set up, and have it start working immediately. Access to complete training suite. We got a whole bunch of great classes inside there. And then, of course, This should be my most expensive product with everything that's included. In fact, I used to sell it for $3,000, never have anybody bought once they saw the value of it. I cut the price way down to expand the use, and now it's at a quite discount still to the base price of $3,000. Our support team, there's Jonathan. He does training in roadmap all the time. There it is right there, everything that's included. The technical support we give you if you need any help, no extra charge, worth a lot of money to me. I won't trade without it. It's got better and better every year. That's what we're going to do today. You can access the complete package right now until I change my mind for $9.97. $9.97, you get all this, plus you get the secret weapon ready to go. Get it. If you don't have it, go through those classes. Be there tomorrow at 11 and we'll help you pay for it. How do you like that? That'll be our goal. You get powerful features of the roadmap like the ETR page. This is the tape reading. And I tell people I'm a tape reader. Over here, I'm watching the tape and I can see what's going on while I'm talking to you at a glance. And this is one of our longest, oldest features inside the roadmap. I can remember a time when I first built the roadmap, I was down in Costa Rica and Chuck was faxing me. Fax, that's right. Y'all remember faxes? He was faxing me a picture of the ETR page where I could stay in tune with what was happening in the market in that hotel. It's that good. Compass charts, roadmap trade tracker. That gives you a longer term view right there. It sets up all the key numbers you need. The predictor, if you want to know where these prices are going, we got that inside the roadmap. It does a calculation, what the floor tells you they're going to. ETR, electronic tape reader. My commitment to you, I've been in this game a long time. I lost, I made fortunes along the way. We're in this together. You will get it if you listen to me tonight, get in the roadmap, be there at 11 tomorrow. We'll start our journey like I've done so many times in the past, taking you through the tools that will make you money, how to use it. We're going to limit it to 30. Don't procrastinate with this big crowd. In other words, start buying it now if you want one. Don't hesitate. This deal is good for the 30 that take it. $9.97. Sign up at dtitrader.com/roadmap or call 904-706-3532. Folks, I laid it out there for you. Anybody got any questions? Now, here's how we're going to pay for it. Get signed up. We'll start tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and I will do a lot of classes with this new bunch of people over the next month of May to make sure at the end of the month, my goal will be that everybody says, Tom, I got a scholarship off what I learned. That will make me so happy. Okay? That's our goal. Get on board. Be there at 11 tomorrow. Let's make it happen together. 3 tools: roadmap, MTI, and TNT. Steve says, can I join the trading if I already have the roadmap? Steve, when's you have a VIP or is your subscription about up? That's the question. You got to have at least a year to compete. If you're a current subscriber, make sure you got at least a year and you'll be invited. That's the way we do it. VIP, you automatically include. All right, what do you think? Wasn't it a great presentation? Didn't you learn something? And aren't you going to be part of this? That's what you got to say to yourself. No time like the present. No time like the present. The thing I would do is get that table roadmap indicator set up, roadmap trader set up, get it set up tonight and put the tickers that you care about in there, okay? And that way you'll get it attracted, okay? Mike says, count me in, I'll be there. Perfect. These slots are going to go. I don't offer the roadmap much anymore. The additional VIP, Marge, talk to Kelly Barber. They'll figure it. Barber at DTI Trader or Andrak at DTI Trader. They'll help you. Okay. If you're a VIP, when we get started or tomorrow, we'll get your current unit upgraded if you need it. You're lucky you got VIP. Jonathan, you need the Astro here got it in January. He didn't know about all the courses inside that. So make sure you tell people when you have your class in the evenings, okay? Jennifer says, I bought it for life. That's what Sue, VIP means it's a lifetime subscription. Everybody's saying they're buying the VIP. Yeah, you ought to, because I ought to pull that down. Until I came over about 5 years ago, I only had 5. I wouldn't let people have it, but now I guess you can buy it. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, 11 o'clock Eastern time, I'm gonna go live with the roadmap. Folks, this is so good, you gotta get it. You can't do without it. You know, back in the day, you'd have to find your own data to drive it. Now we got that connection with Swab. It works great. Yeah, I'll record it also. Anthony, I don't get what you're saying. I want to thank everybody for being here. I hope everybody has a good night. Adam, do you know what the cost of lifetime is? They're asking. I don't know. There's like a lot of them just want to get the lifetime. Yeah, oh, that's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to create a roadmap Telegram channel too. Is that $24.97 added to the 1,000, Adam? So it's $34.97, or is it $24.97 for everything? I guess you buy it tonight, you get the deal. I got it. Okay. Robin says she bought Lifetime. It was a no-brainer. Yeah, because I think that we're going to raise the price of this. I'm tired of selling it for $9.97. It's just too good. I think we're going to go to a new price for the year. You know, with the classes and everything we do real time, it's worth a lot more than that. So I think we're going to raise the price after this 30. So we're going to end up with Telegram for both Roadmap and DTI by MTI. Okay, you've been warned. Price of the roadmap is going to be changed after these 30 go. Okay? And if you buy a Lifetime, you insulate yourself against that. Don't trade without it. All right, Jim, one of our successful students, says recipe for successful trading. DTI training plus TNT, that's my T-Buzz talk and trade, roadmap software, and MTI. If you knew what he made this week using those tools, you'd say that's a no-brainer. That's not overusing the term. Folks, I hope this helped tonight. We're going to make some money tomorrow. That's my goal. I hope you're a part of it. 11 o'clock, set your watch. And as we say in the business, long, short, or out. Yeah, Carolyn, you can do that. Carolyn asked, can she buy the 1 year tonight and upgrade? Yeah, if you upgrade within 60 days, I'm cool. Sue says, I'm in. Y'all don't hear that sound in the background, do you? Gonna be a good night. All right, well, thank you. Adam did this presentation all by himself. Just give him a hand. I think he had a good presentation. I think he did a good job. Well done, Adam. Thank you. You got to start doing more of my presentations, Adam. You got a little flair after all these years. How many years you work with me, Adam?
It'll be 20 in February, T-Buzz.
20 years. Goodness gracious.
Well,
that's a lot of years, Adam. Adam did it. All I did is just went through the slides. I hope you join tonight. I hope you get one of the 30 he's offering. That price has got to change, so it's just too inexpensive for everything that we do. Especially if I'm going to throw some live webinars in with it, like I'm going to do. All right, y'all have a good night. Let's go make some money together. It starts in the morning at 5 o'clock for me. In TNT, look for my postings. I told you in TNT, I put a trade out there. In Futures First, I put a trade